What's going on, everybody? My name is Jay and welcome back to the Social Introvert. So for our first official episode of Social Introvert, our first official discussion, I say first official because the last one was more so of an introduction of what the Social Introvert actually is. And so I want to lay down a strong foundation in the beginning of our discussions because there's some key things that I really want you to understand, because if you don't understand them, if you don't understand these key concepts that I want to cover, it's going to make things a lot more frustrating for you, but two, you're probably not going to have the type of success that you want to have, all right? So the first thing that I want to talk about, what I want to talk about today, is about changing how you are versus changing who you are. Now, in the introduction video, I was talking about how we, as introverts, we have these qualities that aren't always ideal for certain situations. If you're in an interview for a very important job, you want to be able to be charismatic. You want to be able to relate and open up and communicate effectively and all of those things in order to secure that job, right? So how do we learn to do those things? Well, it's going to require us to change. But I want you to know, I don't want to change who you are. I don't want you to change who you are. I want you to stay exactly who you are. But I do want you to change how you are. Now, what am I talking about here? My youngest daughter, she just came in a couple minutes ago before I started recording, and she said, "Daddy, do you know what I like most about this shirt?" Now, number one, it has a unicorn on it, and she loves unicorns. But number two, at 7 years old, she said, "I love that it says free to be me on it." Come on, guys, she's 7 years old, and she loves the idea that she can just be herself. We're all like that. We all just want to be who we are. We all want to be ourselves, right? So I know you guys have probably seen it on social media, just like I have. Those people, those quotes that they say things like, "If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best." And you know what? Honestly, if you're saying that to me, then you can hit the road, Jack. Because, okay, yeah, we all have flaws. We all have problems. But feel free to improve them, okay? When my son, Lucius, he's 4 years old, when he comes to me with snot all over his face and urine on his clothes, because we're still potty training the guy, he's a boy, he loves to play in the dirt. So when he comes to me and he's all filthy and smelly and gross, I don't push him away. I tell him, "Come here, buddy. Like, I love you, you're my son, but come, let's go get cleaned up," right? Now, just because he's a mess doesn't mean I'm going to reject him, but at the same time, it doesn't mean he's going to stay that way, okay? Now, we're a little bit of a mess. We're not a mess because we're introverts. We're a mess just because we're people, and we need to clean ourselves up a little bit. So, when we're talking about how we are, okay, here's a quote by a dude. Let me find it. Dennis Prager. He said, "Goodness is about character, integrity, honesty, kindness, generosity, moral courage, and the like. More than anything else, it's about how we treat other people." You see, when you look at this list of qualities, what he's talking about character. And so when I'm talking about what we need to change, I'm talking about changing our character, not changing who we are. In Benjamin Franklin's autobiography, he had outlined 13 qualities that he thought every person should exemplify. Now, this was regardless of temperament. Benjamin Franklin, I think he was kind of an introvert, but I don't know, he had some other behaviors that kind of make it seem like he wasn't, so I'm not 100% sure on that. I didn't look that part up, but regardless, he had these 13 qualities, and he actually kept a journal, and he would track every single day how he was doing on these 13 qualities, because it was that important to him to be able to be perceived as a man of good character, because he didn't want anything hindering him from being able to connect to other people. Does that make sense? So as we're going through these discussions, I want you to remember that the last thing that I want you to do is change who you are. I want you to be you, but I do want you to improve your character. And in order to do that, you're going to have to be committed to being able to take up a non-emotional, objective position when you're viewing yourself and your thoughts and your actions. If you look up statistics about lottery winners, you'll find, guys, this is crazy. You'll find out that over 70% of them go bankrupt within just a few years. Now, why is that? The reason is because, and some of them it's more than bankrupt. Some of them they die, drug overdose, they lose it all on poor investments. How does that happen? It happens because you have instant success, you have instant wealth, and you thrust it on a person who doesn't have the character to be able to sustain it. And so the reason I bring that up is because I don't want you to lose your dream when you're on the brink of discovering it, because you don't have the character to be able to maintain it. You see, I want you to reach your dreams. I want you to have big, huge success. I want you to be rich, famous, whatever it is that you want to be. I want you to be it. But I want you to have the character to be able to keep it long term. So that's it for today's discussion. But I want to leave you with one thing, and that's the golden rule. If you don't know what it is, then you need to call your mom and dad or whoever raised you and ask them why they didn't teach you the golden rule. But chances are you do know what it is. And the golden rule is simply this: treat other people the way that you wanted to be treated. That's the first step towards having good character. And then we're going to have a challenge in every discussion. I can't remember if I mentioned this in the introduction or not. So today, I want you to pick a random person, not a stranger, somebody that you know, and send them a text message. Out of the blue, just random, send them a text message saying, hey, was thinking about you, hope you're having a great day. That's it. That's all you got to say, okay? And then, down in the comments, I want you to just put down a comment that you did it, that you contacted somebody. You can say their name if you want to, but you don't have to. And then make sure you subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That way you can be here for every single discussion. That way we can grow together. Hit me up on Twitter, talk to me down in the comments. I want to get to know you guys. I want you to get to know me. If you have any questions or anything like that, I'm here. I'm here and I want to talk, guys. This is my introvert avenue to connecting to people. And that's something we're going to talk about in a much later discussion. But that's it for today, guys. I'm Jay, and I'm a social introvert. Be proud to be yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.